Bonjour,
Melinda.
Melindas. Welcome to another episode of Frenchy and the Creep. I'm Steve Lawrence. I'm Frenchy, and with me is...
I'm George the Creep.
George is not actually a creep, but actually our internet VHS detective. So what we do here on the show, Frenchy and the Creep, is since we've been quarantined by this global pandemic, I've wanted to dive into the found footage's catalog, and I begged George to come and join me on it, and he has kindly agreed. So each week we go into the Super Long Play Club, which can be found on foundfootagefest.com, and we try to get to know some of the videos that we haven't seen in a while, see some deeper dives, or see things that we saw once and now know from VCR Party, the deeper dive. What am I missing? What am I forgetting to tell people, George?
Their Volume 9 tour has been postponed indefinitely, and this is to help them out. We hope you join the Super Long Play Club, and also we hope you become a patron at patreon.com/foundfootagefestival.
Yeah, and with that Patreon membership, you get access to, if you're at $10 or above level, you get access to all the videos like that they put up, all the EP modes, things like that. It's a lot of fun and exciting stuff to hopefully help entertain you during this if you are quarantining like us. So this week, George, we decided to do Volume 8. And so there's going to be a little bit of confusion because originally we were going to do Volume 1. And while Glenn was able to put up a ton more videos on the Super Long Play Club, he did not put up Volume 1 yet. The audible was to do Volume 8, so that's what we are going to do today is Volume 8. What do you think of it, George?
I believe it was Joe who described Volume 8 as a whole new realm of dumb shit, and man, it delivers. It was filmed at the great venue, the Bell House, in 2017, just a few blocks away from Found Footage Festival headquarters in Gowanus, Brooklyn. And I'm pretty sure that at least one of their outfits, Joe's outfit in particular, is what they wore on the very first episode of VCR Party Live. I love this cover. This cover is great because it features Joe and Nick puppets that a super fan made for them some years back. I once lobbied Nick and Joe to do a whole episode using just the puppets, and I hope that
one day that comes to fruition.
Yeah, so please lobby them at info@foundfootagefest.com to make the puppet episode happen.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that I want to do more is just use this as our personal pulpit to get to see what's on VCR Party, what we want to see. So please help us in that. What were some of your favorite things in this?
I liked the first segment, the North Dakota news team. I love news bloopers because, news is something that is very dignified and orderly, and that makes the blooper so much funnier. And of course, the introduction of Phoebe Weeby.
Watching WDAY First News, your news later.
Gun safety advocates and the National Rifle Association squared off before Congress as lawmakers hear both sides of the gun control debate.
Still to come tonight, a candidate for governor offers his solution to property tax relief in North Dakota.
Another store is about to open in downtown Fargo.
We'll bring you those other stories in one. A man described as a serial killing in training is executed in Texas.
A problem for residents like Phoebe Weeby. 3, 2, 1. A problem for residents like 3, 2, 1. A problem for residents like Phoebe Weeby. She needs to take over 3.
Reporting live in North Fargo, Bill Shammert, WDAY 6 Note.
Exercise montage, we know it's a staple of every volume.
EI Yoga, featuring Yogi Yogi Dogi.
Oh my goodness, that was just beyond bonkers.
Yogi Yogi Dogi is my name.
This guy works at every co-op.
Corner, past, corner, front, corner, past, corner, front.
This is my friend Rasta the Rooster, as fine a yogi as ever ruled the roost.
Well, thank you, brother. It takes one to know one, doesn't it now? It's a video about making your boobs bigger through exercise.
Take a minute and look at yourself in the mirror head to toe.
Welcome. Today we're going to talk about how the military does PT, or in civilian terms, physical training. And stretch.
Look at the fire behind him. What is happening?
Rotate them in a circular motion.
Working up
Back
quite
of
a
each
spit
circle,
here.
the knees should be straight.
The fire trucks are coming now.
This is now the end of my physical training show.
Desert Storm we've been over a lot on VCR Party, so I won't spend a lot of time with that because I feel like we've done deeper dives. We even did that, once again, talk about Patreon. That is an EP episode where you can watch the entire, it is in entirety.
Wow.
Porn Without Porn.
Yes.
So this was, I believe, the first time that came up soon after the True TV show happened.
This will be an arduous and a dangerous mission. Sir, I will die for my country.
No one does the job like Rambo can. He's a mountain of muscle. It's like he's made of steel. And you can't describe it the way he makes you feel.
Yo soy la Anuelita.
It's the Argentinian Ninja Turtles porn parody you've all been waiting for.
I thought the cops montage, that's one I have not seen a ton on.
Let's watch as the officers do almost everything improperly. What's the problem, kid?
I lost my dog.
And? You got a bunch of clowns in here with you. Stinking around this guy. So suck that beer up. Yeah.
That's a Wisconsin party right there.
Having fun sucking suds.
And now we want to touch on
This guy's the president of
the
Wisconsin.
ultimate threat, the face-to-face dealing with another human being.
You need to be concerned with some of the t-shirts that you wear when you're off duty. Reach out and touch someone. Off-duty party animals. You have the right to remain silent forever. So many scumbags, so little time. Police brutality, the fun part of law enforcement.
Jerking eyes. This may indicate that a person is communicating with God or Satan.
And the Hail Satan montage was very enjoyable as well. It features some this is during the Satanic panic of the 80s when people were seeing the influence of the Dark Lord, possibly Dark Lord blood, on our day-to-day lives.
We're discussing Satanism and the occult this morning and some of the dangers that are lurking about. And with me in the studio is the Dark Lord Blood, who is a 7th-generation satanic worshiper.
The name of the demon that was inside the young man was named Azrael. I later found out that Azrael was Lucifer's personal death angel. Not only that, but I also found out that that was the same name as the cat on the Smurfs.
Well, here's a Rainbow Bright cereal box, and it's interesting that she has a little 5-sided star on her cheek. I don't know if you can see that on the box, but there's a little 5-sided star, and it's upside down. That's a pentagram again. Yeah. So we have to be careful even with Rainbow Bright. Man, what's healthy about selling a knife to this?
Well, the problem that I have with Power Rangers is that Power Rangers get their power from dinosaurs, the spirit of dinosaurs.
Skeletor, the master.
I think he's having fun.
Of the universe.
I want to check the eBay to see if we can find some Rainbow Bright cereal because I feel like because of its ties to Satan, it would be a better apology than the Batman cereal.
And a very colorful apology at when it's on the way in and the way out, possibly.
Sure. New Age Miracles, we've been doing a lot with that in VCR Party lately. But it was nice to see it, in its inception here.
So New Age Miracles has a great soundtrack, and on last night's VCR Party Live, Joe made a video montage of it on last night's VCR Party Live to accompany songs and remixes made by Melinda's. It's really great.
The creativity in that group, whether it was the Alf drawings, whether it's the remixes that they're putting together, just amazing to see what the Melindas are being able to do. I would describe myself as squeamish, and going along with that is that urine good health.
Go and pee, and I
take a little glass, and the first thing I do in the morning, I just drink it.
I drink my urine every morning.
I'll maybe put it on my skin, on my face, or my hands.
I bathe in my own urine every day. Whatever I've collected, because I always have these jars going, I just throw in my bath water.
Some people say, oh, don't you chill it, put it in the refrigerator, or put ice, mix it with juice. I just drink it straight.
It's recommended in taking the urine therapy that you only drink your own urine. You don't take anybody else's.
Joe has been pushing as an EP, and he wants to drink his own urine, and he's just trying to use VCR Party as an excuse. That's my guess.
Now, is it that Joe wants to drink his own urine, or that he wants Nick to drink his own urine, and he's willing to drink his own just to see Nick do it? I feel like Joe would be willing to suffer to make Nick suffer, and I'm just trying to figure out how much suffering. What's his trade-off? You know, like would he do something super gross to make Nick do something a little gross? I think maybe.
No, I think you're right. I think he also knows that he would shake it off a lot easier than Nick.
Show his ass on VCR Party Live.
Yeah, and well, let's just leave it at that. But yes,
okay.
I think one of the cool things is, you know, for those of you, the regular viewers, know that Nick used to work for David Letterman, and the fact that he was able to get Dave's video collection, obviously super dope. And that's what every time they bring them out, any of those videos. It's just all super quirky, super interesting.
A goat is healthy when it defecates in firm little round balls and has bright brown, clear urine.
All I want you to do is to be you. Now I'll tell you what I want to do. Hey, my man was always down here.
It's just like what I told you earlier about sleeping. Some of us sleep standing up, some of us sleep, horses sleep standing up.
See these grubs right here? These are really good to eat raw. Tastes kind of like almonds.
Disgusting, but cool.
Keep in the middle, hold in the middle, and a little bit higher. I have to tell everybody, actually, I'm not trained cats.
The ferret is a winner being a ferret to start with.
Now, you are one who is constantly, or a number of times, have chosen in your how to watch cyber videos on the internet.
Yes.
You've chosen local commercials. What did you think of those local commercials?
This was also a favorite, and I think it had a lot of things I've never seen before.
I'm the rap king, and I'm here to say, I rap camper burgers night and day. I rap them to the left, I rap them to the right. I wrap them up and fold them down and send them out all night.
Hi, folks, it's old Ink at Ink's Firestone, and the Battle of the Tires is on. Old Mississippi Mud
I have no idea what he's
said
saying.
Washita Bay. But the fact is, folks, if you don't want any mud between your toes, you better see old Ink.
Let me show you a few. 87 Ranger, $27.95. 85 Cadillac, $22.95. A piece of junk for $95.
Hi, I'm Ben Dover from Computers Northwest. If you feel that computers create more problems than they solve, you really need us.
There's a really good sketch at the end of that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm going to say it every week, but those are my favorite. They're sketches.
Hi, I'm Harry Butts from VCR's Midwest. And I'm Phil McCracken. And those are our real names. We know real value and we see one, like the Found Footage Festival Volume 8 DVD. But don't take our word for it.
The Found Footage Festival Volume 8. It's cool as hell.
I think that they should do another one and really, you know, play it. Like, let's get the word out there about VCR Party, about Found Footage Fest, and they're due for another local commercial. Interesting enough, the phone number at the end, it's blurred out in this version. But it's Tom Jacobson's. So,
guest on a previous episode of Frenchy and the Creep.
Yep. So that's, I think that's a lot of fun. And I love that they did it just to tool them. And so if anyone was going to call, they were going to have to call Tom Jacobson's cell. We'll have to find out whether or not anyone did call.
Well, so this culminates in the an instant classic, the Best of Chop and Steal. Now, what did you think?
I loved it. I mean, I thought that was absolutely hilarious. It's one of my favorite things they did all time.
You're watching Hello, Wisconsin. Hello, Wisconsin. This is WEAU 13 News.
A plane with dozens of people on board, including a soccer team, has crashed in Colombia. Also, strongman duo Chop and Steele are here talking about their tour, Give Thanks for Strength.
I was addicted to steroids, and I was taking more pills than Phoebe Weeby, I swear.
What we do is we like to promote activities that really anybody can do to promote strength. I'm glad you're standing back for this one. And we're going to go. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We found some sticks, actually, in your parking lot. And
This is all it takes.
we're going to reverse roles here. Okay. I'm Chop, but this time he's going to be doing the chopping.
These are, sounds good. Normally you say don't try this at home. Go ahead and try these at home.
Okay.
1.
All right, perfect.
2. 3.
It's a little big.
1. 2. 3. 2.
Okay.
3. 4. 5. 6. How you doing over there?
I've been better.
6. 7. 8. 9. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. And you can see that while he's flexing there, that if you do this at home, it's working it's your delts, your tris, your plaps, it's all the major chest muscle groups.
Chop and Steele, you guys are performing Monday in Allentown. You can go to their website for more information.
The show on Monday, that one probably isn't, what's on the website probably isn't going to be where it's actually going to be.
Okay.
A lot of the times we will play.
Secret.
No. If we don't play that, then we usually play like a Home Depot parking lot.
There you go.
Or a Best Buy
So
parking
follow
lot.
the website. You'll be able to get all the info of where you can see these guys in person.
Yeah.
My favorite is just how asinine some of the stuff they were doing.
The
And
baskets?
Yeah, just all of it. I mean, really chopping the stick, and like Nick finds one that's just too big. So he's like, nope, not that one.
And this is a cut with longer clips than I've seen before. Man, they played this up so well. I was amazed.
This one it's up there. It's definitely one of the favorites. It's definitely a more polished version of the guys, closer than, obviously this is only one volume ago. So 9 is obviously the volume that they've shot, and they will hopefully tour it later this year. I think obviously when you can see them do it in person, it's always better because each one's a little bit different.
Had I seen this one before 4, I would say this is the one to watch if you're new to it, or to show to somebody. And it would work to do that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I really, really liked it. So definitely check it out. Once again, Super Long Play Club, bombfootagefest.com. And now a special surprise for you, an interview with a Melinda.
From Stoughton to Brooklyn, from our neighbor to the north to the land down under, it's those amazing Melindas.
Welcome, everyone. This is Melinda Bob Hedges. Today is our...
Melindas.
Hello. So where are you coming in from?
Apple Valley, Minnesota right now.
Very nice, very nice. And how's everything going? Are you keeping yourself sane during this quarantine?
Yep, safe. Not flying very much. It's kind of a boring time for me, but I'm getting stuff done around the house. So trying to make the most of it.
Great. Yeah, we're trying to do the same. I'm trying to, drag George into this with me to try to revisit a lot of found footage's past.
There's a lot of gold out there.
There certainly is. Now, when did you get into found footage?
About volume 2 time, roughly, Amazon came up with one of their things that just said, if you guys liked this, maybe you'll like this. And I bought it on Amazon, got it home, watched it the same night, and loved it, and ordered every one of them, which was up to, I think, volume 7 maybe at the time, or 6, and watched all of them. And from there on, I've become kind of a dedicated Melinda.
Wow, well, volume 2 is actually what we're reviewing next week.
Perfect.
So maybe viewers can have the Bob Hedges experience, not the entire Bob Hedges experience, but the initial Bob Hedges Found Footage Festival experience themselves.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I got it home, I fell in love with it, and it was clear to kind of see the dichotomy between personalities right up front, the tedium versus the excitement, the terrible shirts versus the kind of girthy beards and everything So it became kind of something that was special to me. I've been kind of a fan of I don't want to say bad videos, but outsider videos, outsider art, outsider music since I was a young teen, and it was just perfect for me.
And you've been a contributor of tapes. Which of those would viewers might they be familiar with?
Probably the best one is acute infectious diarrhea. I think everybody knows that. You know, if for no other reason, for the wrapping paper that came out of it is brilliant. I have my 3 rolls that still torment my friends to this very day every time they get a gift. But yeah, acute infectious diarrhea. One of the newer ones that I guess is going to be upcoming soon is how to brain tan a buffalo hide, which I understand you've done, George.
Well, I did it recreationally. I wasn't doing it for, you know, what's odd is I was just messing around with some items I had around the house, and
that's how it starts for everybody, though.
Right. Lo and behold, I've got a beautiful tanned buffalo hide, and I'm covered in brains. So it's, you know, it's America's experience, really.
We're pre-taping this, but actually in last night's episode of VCR Party, that was featured in the exciting or not exciting segments. So
yeah, you know, I don't comment on that because there's so much excitement and non-excitement in that video.
When did you start watching VCR Party? Were you there from like the beginning,
yeah,
or did you jump?
Episode 0. So I've seen every episode. I normally watch them live. Occasionally, if I'm out flying or whatever, I can't. But I've seen every one of them.
Well, I have a question. I think it's something that many viewers have wondered. During operations outside controlled airspace at altitudes of more than 1,200 feet AGL, but less than 10,000 feet MSL, what's the minimum distance below clouds requirement for VFR flight at night?
Well, we don't do VFR flight in the airlines, but I think it's like 1,000 feet. Is that right?
I don't know. There's a lot of talk. I don't.
It is. I'll have to look at the matrix, but I want to say it's 1,000 feet in clear clouds. But that could be. I could be a little bit confused on that issue.
It's just the Melindas have been talking about this endlessly, and I thought, we might as well ask.
We got close to the answer. Hopefully, in the comments section, you can tell us once and for all, Bob. If you do a little.
I'm guessing there's going to be lots of controversy about this, probably.
Yeah.
So I guess one of my final questions is, what are some of your favorite videos, and what videos do you want to see more on VCR Party?
Oh, well, anything tedium. I was the originator of the Joe's Tedium Corner shirt here, but I love the just absolutely mind-bogglingly insane ones, like the Frank Pachalskis. You can't go wrong with Dancing with Frank. Better yet, Dinner Dancing with Frank. That's probably my all-time favorite. I do like the tedium. I'm still a little more interested. I'd like to find out more about setting the cash register taxation limitations within the Royal family of cash register models. I don't really think Joe covered that adequately, and that's kind of been a bit of a contention for me.
Yeah, I think it was that his niece and nephew just voted it down so hard. It was.
They did, but even when he covered it initially, back in the very first Tedium Corner, I really thought that could have been better explored, because there's so many models of Royal cash registers that he did not explore how to set multiple taxation rates in, and that kind of disturbed me. I'm not an opponent to excitement either. I mean, I've sent Nick pretty much every Scimitar video I can get my hands on, and most of them involve car crashes. So I don't know what else he could want, but he's pretty selective about stuff like that.
He certainly is.
Well, we thank you very much for your contributions over the years. I mean, they predate my involvement by a long time. So thank you.
You're certainly welcome. I appreciate you would have me here and be a subject that was worthy of being talked to by such auspicious gentlemen.
Well, you're certainly one of the OGs for the VCR Party, Melindas. It was a pleasure having you on. Please stay safe during these times, and until we meet again.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you for having me.
See you at Tedium Con.
Take care. Be safe.
Care.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was Bob Hedges.
He's a great contributor to the video collection, and he's made Joe very happy many, many times.
Yeah, he obviously loves his tedium and his excitement too, but mostly it seems like he's a big tedium fan. But in any event, hey George, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melinda's, for watching. We appreciate it. Definitely check this out. I definitely think it's worth your time. Obviously, we show very small clips of each segment, so you're going to want to do the deep dive on this one. And today, we are going to close out with an amazing video. Some of you may have saw it if you watched VCR Party this week. It is George's new video. George, what's it called?
Well, it's a tribute to Nick and Joe during their time of crisis. It's the new charity single by the group George's for Joe and Nick, and it's their song Keep VCR Party Live.
So that's what we're going to end with. Thank you so much, everybody. My nose isn't full of yuck anymore.
Only through the magic of Hollywood.
Back in 1986, a boy named Joe met a boy named Nick, and the love of VHS brought them together. They rose to cultural prominence with a tape of custodial maintenance that changed the course of history forever. But a microscopic adversary wrecked the Volume 9 tour itinerary. Hey, need our help, won't you lend a gloved hand? Patrons will get premium, excitement and tedium from 10,000 or 10 million tapes. They don't really know.
We gotta count these someday.
Loopers and out, jingles and out. Besides how to even more out. Nick just really, really likes that show.
Keep sending in the Alps.
Joe's crapper to baby rapper. Frisbee fuckers to ultimate rapper. Do what you